The other thing that I really wanted to say is today there was some huge energetic impacts of recent solar activity. It's kind of a recurring theme right now, but it's been enough to upset communication and infrastructure here. We've had a lot of technical difficulties with the internet and technology today. I had a really restful night, and then about halfway through the day, my eyes felt like they were on fire, and I needed to just go within for a little while. And it took about an hour and a half for that to level out. To me, that's always a huge indicator of something going on. I felt yesterday that there was just, right from get-go, that there was just this really fiery, aggressive energy. This was just a little bit stronger than normal. That solar energy was there a lot. There was a real fieriness to it. And then I did feel this play out tangibly. Those qualities surfaced, definitely. Yesterday was a day where I felt like I just kind of wanted to just be on my own, because it was that sort of day. Like, I could feel it in the air. It was just a yucky heaviness. I just had to have a bit more of a guarded, grounded day. Today, it wasn't the same level of aggression in the field, but there was this heaviness. Even right now, sitting out in my garden, I can feel that there's this heaviness. When I'm normally sitting in this spot, I feel a total just lightness. I feel the light all around me, and I can still feel that, but there's something else. It's a heaviness, and it's a heaviness coming up from the ground as well. Like, the earth's really absorbed the brunt of the energies coming in. This then plays out, I think a lot of people experience this with things like you might be exceptionally bloated or experience feet swelling and some extra body aches, backaches, knees especially today, because of the energy shifts that are happening. But part of that process and the fact that the energies are coming back up through the earth, we've been very recently experiencing more that drag through and coming down into the earth. Now rising, some of the energies like rising from the earth. Earlier this week, my feet ballooned. It was part of this change. And this is without any underlying health issues. It's just one of those things. So I've seen this happen to a few people around me, but I haven't experienced that yet. So my system just went, well, this is too much, and just started ballooning. So there was also a retention of that water element. Like, the body really wanted to, it's like the body was more in self-preservation, like locking its resources and its vital energies in just a little bit, because all this stuff that was happening was like this had to guard a little bit more. It wasn't letting things flow as freely through. And also that itself is more of a reactive response to the fact that it's just gone through a bit more of a shake-up, as in there's been this dramatic energy waves and that forceful dragging out, not voluntary clearing, but like that forceful purging and dragging out, just like a flower when it's a really, really hot day and the water and energies are being forced out of it because of external circumstances. Then flowers will retract their leaves to minimize the surface level and try and stop that loss of energy, which to them is in the form of water. We are much like the same. So as an after effect of some of the big shifts that come in, we then experience some like shift hangover like symptoms, where we'll have things like the swollen feet and the body aches, and especially in the lower extremities, the things that are closer to the earth and will take on those energies before they like rise up the system. Always be aware of that as part of the process of these shifts, because they will continue. That though there might be initial slumps and reset time in the actual shifts, because like I've explained, your system needs that recalibration. A lot of the time there is this shift hangover feature, all sorts of fun, where the body just tries to protect itself and hold on to those vital energies a little bit more. Just something to keep in mind. I know directly a few people that identify as empaths and different kinds of empaths. There are different kinds, by the way, for anybody that doesn't know, that correlate with how they feel and process energies. I know that those people reading those things had to take a bit more of an inflection and see if that lined up with them and explained their gifts, which, like I've said, that inflection process, that's great. It's essential. I advocate for having a bit more of a critical approach and making sure you take everything in and seeing if it sits. What I don't like personally is when people start to doubt something that is insanely beautiful and profound and very intentional. It's a gift. It's not a coping mechanism to question and also to perpetuate that self-doubt, which lowers your frequency. Part of the design of putting these things out there. It's just unfortunate to see that so many spiritual guides, counselors, coaches, and advocates for that path and the path of empowerment have then used their voice and their platform to share this message without giving it a little bit more of a thought. That's all. So I would love to hear your thoughts on it. Blessed be.